What's up, everybody? It's Pal Smeargle. Today I've got a deck profile for you. This is an update to the deck profile I did in my Iowa Cities run-through video. So if you want to go check out where what it used to be and see what the changes are, you can go compare the two lists. This is an update of my Turbo Giratina deck list. I'm not sure the changes that I made simply because other than the core of the Pokemon, I pretty much had been building other decks and just testing different things, so kind of had taken it apart, so I'm not quite sure where it was and where it is now. But this is where it is now post-Breakpoint. It really didn't gain a whole lot of support. It really only gained a few more cards. As far as in my testing with the stuff that I have from Breakpoint, what I've seen from Breakpoint, I think that this deck pretty much stays the same. It just gets a little bit of its support shifted around. So the Pokemon lineup is relatively the same that I know. It is 3 Giratina EX. This is your main attacker for the deck. It hits super hard with Chaos Wheel, and you can get this thing set up turn 2 about 75 to 80% of the time if you understand how to play the deck. So it's just a fantastic Pokemon because Night March is still going to be popular. There's a lot more special energies floating around, so Giratina EX definitely helpful at shutting that off. It helps you win the stadium war 100% of the time because they can't play stadiums, so Giratina EX, just fantastic for shutting down decks. Well, let's leave those out here. Next, we have 2 Latios EX. This is a secondary attacker for the deck. 1 double dragon energy and you're hitting with fast raid, and 2 of them and you're hitting with light pulse, which is 110 is pretty good for 4 energy. And Latios can get you those donks on those decks, like when you play against Night March or you play against something else that only has 40 to 50 HP. Latios helps you with those numbers. Next, we play 2 Hydreigon. We're getting into our support Pokemon right now. Hydreigon's here for Dragon Road. Obviously, you can use Shred. It's a very nice attack when you're going to be attacking into a Jirachi or into a Aegislash or something else that prevents damage. Hydreigon's Shred attack gets through that, but it's mainly here for Dragon Road, which gives all of your Dragon-type Pokemon 2 less retreat cost for each Hydreigon on the bench, which is really nice because then Giratina can have free retreat. Continuing our support lineup, we play 2 Shaymin EX. This is for mainly just to be able to get our draws off this. You got setup ability, pretty much enough said. We play 2 Hoopa EX because we do play a large count of EX Pokemon, and it's important to get all of our combo pieces on the board. There are a lot of moving parts to this deck, and it's important to get them all out as quickly as possible, and Hoopa EX really, really accelerates that out. Plus, he looks fantastic in full art like this. To round out the Pokemon line, for our non-EXs, we play 4 copies of the Roaring Skies Reshiram. Turbo Blaze is your attack of choice here, so once per turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is your active, you may attach a fire energy from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. This works really well with Dragon Road, being that it has 2 retreat cost, so you have 1 on your bench, 1 on your active, you Turbo Blaze onto your Giratina, you retreat into the other one, you Turbo Blaze, your Giratina has 2 energies, and you're almost set up for next turn. It's a pretty nice little combo there. On to the supporters. We continue to play 4 Sycamore, just because this is kind of a combo-based deck, so you need to be getting to your pieces as quickly as possible. And Sycamore really helps you with that. There's not a whole lot of decent draw outside of Sycamore and Shaymin, so Sycamore is your best option, and you want to max out with it. Next, we play 1 Hex Maniac to turn off opposing Shaymins, to shut off Aegislash if we don't have a Hydreigon ready to go. Just to turn off annoying abilities, Hex Maniac should be a 1-of in almost every deck, if not every deck. We play 1 Judge because this deck, while being pretty aggressive and hitting for 2-shotting most things, it's also a bit of a disruption deck, so it's nice to have a Judge in here to disrupt our opponent, especially early on. We play 1 Professor Birch. You can play Shauna if you want. I prefer Professor Birch, especially with Judge floating around in the format now. Judge makes, flipping tails on a Professor Birch not that much different than judging, so I mentally feel better about playing this card. Play 1 Lysandre. I wish I had the space for 2, but we do play 4 Versus Seeker in here, so 1 Lysandre can make the deck work. We play 1 copy of AZ, mainly to help pick things up out of the active if we've retreated and we don't have any of our switches or something like that, or to get a Shaymin off the bench so it doesn't get Lysandred up, or just to keep our plays going. AZ is very, very helpful for that. The last card is one of the new supports from Breakpoint. We are playing 1 copy of Delinquent. We play 4 stadiums in this deck, 3 of which are very, very important to have out, but also to help us just win that stadium war. You can play Delinquent, discard the stadium and play, and then attack with Giratina, and they can't continue to play stadiums. You also make them discard 3 cards out of their hand, which can be fantastic. If they're Giratina locked and top decking, they should probably just scoop. Into the item cards. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a sore throat this morning. Sorry for that. Play 4 Versus Seeker. We play a lot of these one-of techie supporters, and Versus Seeker helps us grab those out of our discard pile. Next, we play a lot of different Pokemon pieces, so 4 Ultra Balls pretty necessary. Pretty much not much to say else about that, because we do want to get to our combo pieces, and especially these 3 cards. We're going to play 3 switches to help us with our switching up with our Reshirams and our Giratinas, moving everything around. This is a very important card to have in the deck, because you can only have retreat once per turn, and even though Dragon Road gives you free retreat, that still doesn't allow you to get that Giratina up there first thing if you're going second. So Switch is very important in this deck. Because Switch and some of our other item cards and a lot of our supporters are really important to us, we're going to play 3 Trainer's Mail. You might want to cut something in here and play a 4th. It's up to you. It's how you feel, how consistent you want the deck to be. If you really feel like you're getting unlucky and not getting the draws, you might want to throw that 4th Trainer's Mail in there. Just cut something here, move some stuff around. There's a lot of techie things in here that I put in because of how I like to play the deck. That might not necessarily be the way you want to play the deck. So obviously, if you want to put in a 4th switch, or you want to put in another Trainer's Mail, or you want to put in another Delinquent, or you want to up your Birch count to 2, or you want to play Shauna instead, all these things are up to you. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Next, I played 2 Enhanced Hammer. This is mainly for the Night March matchup because you knock off their special energy and then you attack with Giratina, and they can't play Pokemon anymore. So you kind of punish them for playing Night March with playing 2 Enhanced Hammers and Giratina. Next, our last support that comes out of Breakpoint are 2 copies of Fighting Fury Belt. Previously, these were 2 copies of Muscle Band. While we are sacrificing 10 more points of damage with things like Latios for fast rate, hitting 60 and getting your donk on your Night March opponents, Fighting Fury Belt makes Giratina all that harder to knock out because it's already sitting at a whopping 170 HP. So 170 HP EX, which is pretty good. You put a Fighting Fury Belt on there, that's 220. That's or 210, excuse me. That's Mega Range HP for a Pokemon that's really hard to knock out and is 2-shotting a lot of things. So you help yourself not get 2-shotted. Plus you add 10 more damage, which means you're hitting for 110, which means you're 2-shotting all the 220 Megas. You're 2-shotting everything but a Wailord. So onto our one-up for items. These are, again, a little more techie. Playing 1 copy of Professor's Letter to get our fire energies into our hand, because that is our basic energy of choice. And we're playing 1 Energy Retrieval for the same reason. That way we can kind of be a little bit more free with discarding our fire energies for things like Ultra Ball, or not having to worry about Sycamoring away our energy. That we know we play 1 Energy Retrieval in the deck. For stadiums, we play 3 copies of Skyfield. We play, like you saw with the Pokemon lineup, we play a lot of moving pieces. We play 2 Hoopas and 2 Shaymins, and you got to have 1 Reshiram on the bench, or 2 Reshirams on the bench, depending on your situation in the game, and 1 to 2 Hydreigons. So you're going to need more than 5 bench space, so Skyfield is pretty much mandatory in this deck. The last stadium card we play is 1 copy of Parallel City. Play this mainly for the Night March matchup, or for the Dark matchup. Depending on how you want to play it, you can either knock their bench down if they're sitting with a pretty well-established bench. It helps with the Mega Rayquaza matchup even more because you knock their bench down. Or you can flip it on yourself, knock off your Shaymins and your Hoopas off your own bench, and then Delinquent it away. There's a lot of fun little combos you can play with Parallel City, which can be nice. For our energies, it's pretty standard for a deck like this. 4 double dragon energies, because we play all those beautiful dragon type Pokemon, and then 7 fire energies to round us out. This deck can pack one heck of a punch. Is it the top thing? No. Is it tier 1 or 2? Probably not. It's definitely not the best deck in the format, but it's certainly one of the most fun decks I think you will have an opportunity to play while you're playing Pokemon. So I would definitely highly recommend going out and building this deck, simply just because of, based on how much fun I've had with the deck. It allows you to do some fun things and play kind of in a slightly more different, less straightforward way than we're used to playing, and I really enjoy that with this deck. So that's going to be it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter. My link will be in the description below, as will the 60-card deck list for this deck. So make sure you go check that out if you've missed a part in the video. The list will be down there, but I do enjoy that you guys have come out and watched this video and supported me in that. So thank you very much. I got to get up out of here, and this is Pallet Town Smirkle signing out.